I've trained thousands of athletes to improve their speed and their vertical jump, and I think it's really important to watch some of the best athletes in the world and see what they do correctly in their workouts to improve their athleticism. In this video today, we're going to be breaking down LeBron James' workout. Let's get straight into it. This first exercise is going to be really important for improving the ankle stability. If you really look at his ankle right there, it's shaking a lot because you're challenging all the intrinsic muscles and the overall ankle complex. You're even getting a good workout in, the soleus and the gastrog and the tibia, just because you're challenging the intrinsic muscles and the fascia of the ankle so much because of the instability you're doing with the bubbles. And then he's doing a squat and trying to maintain balance and stability within the ankle and the knees without his knees caving in too much and his ankles giving out of him. So yeah, this next one is back extensions. It's simply just working out the glute. He's kind of overextending with the back, so I'm not really too sure. He's probably just training his lower back. This is gonna be really important for basketball players because when you sit in a defensive stance, you can really get some back pain, especially for some people who bend over a lot. And if you bend over, if that's what's natural to you and you can react out of it, there's nothing wrong with it. But you just gotta strengthen the area. That way you don't get, strains and kind of like that overuse injury in the lower back. So this is a rotational pull drop step. This is really, really good stuff right here. I'm gonna wait for him to set it up. So right here, rotational pull drop step. He's pretty much developing power in the drop step position. So he's in a quarter squat and he's pulling back. It's probably some really heavy weight and he's trying to rip as much as possible. This is going to develop your core and develop dynamic strength is what we call it in the strength and conditioning world. So dynamic strength is really important for being able to, use pure muscle but co-contract, and that's turning on and turning off muscles in the right timing. That way you can actually, be explosive in positions. If you just go straight muscular and get as strong as possible, you won't be able to really add in footwork and really be, effective in those areas. So you really want to do stuff like, rotational drop steps. Right here, we call it, like a row, like a plank row. These are really good for developing the core and developing some really good strength in the back. The back is really important for playing really good defense and being able to post people down. So he's also adding core stability to it, which is really, really important. Next exercise, he's got the band looped around him, so there's more tension at the top. And then he's doing a lateral lunge. So this is gonna get the outside of his glute. That's really important for changing directions and being explosive laterally. So if you're trying to do a crossover and you wanna go from left to right, you gotta be able to train the lateral glute and get strength in there so you can be explosive in there later on. He's just training one glute at a time, and the band gives him more range of motion. And if he did it without the cable at the edge of it, he can actually do more tension at the top. So right here, you can see really the glute working really, really strong, and you're also improving your range of motion overall. So if you gain strength in this area, you'll be able to get lower on your crossovers. And we know LeBron James, he plays a little more upright, so he probably wants to work on his range of motion just a little bit with exercises like this. This next one's a single leg lateral dumbbell squat. This one's a little bit smaller range of motion, but you also gotta remember that he's 6'8", 6'9", 6'7", super duper tall. It's so hard for people who are really tall to get deep ranges of motion. So you want to put some length on it with the dumbbell. Really try to work out those ranges of motions, especially when you're not comfortable with it, because like I said, these are really foundational for changing directions, posting up, and being really explosive on offense. So if you really can't get in these motions, you want to start off with slow strength work like what he's doing, and eventually you can get into some lateral bounds and things of that nature. And obviously this is, I thought he was gonna go in a superset, but yeah. This next one, it looks like a single leg RDL. So this is really good stuff for basketball players. It's a full body movement, so obviously most of the legs are being worked, but since you're challenging the ankle complex, it really, really turns up the stability aspect. And that's super important for basketball players to be very stable in the ankle, because if you roll your ankle or you go left and right, but you build strength in there early on, like right here, you'll be able to, roll your ankle and actually not really take a lot of damage or be sprained or anything like that. And you're also getting that full body stability. So it's not just, can we get the ankle as strong as possible? It's, can we also incorporate the body with it? This one is another one of those things. So he's doing the ankle on the instability. And this is probably the most important thing for basketball is, can you train with instability? Like, you can be stable on the ground, but can you challenge your body in a full body motion? So right now he's lifting his leg to kind of get some hip flexor in there. And can you balance for very long periods of time? Because in the research, it shows that proprioception work and stability work is shown to, I think, decrease your ankle sprains by what, 30% or something like that. If you enjoyed that video, comment down below who I should do next, and make sure you watch this video right here to learn how to train and become a good athlete.